Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Pardon me for my voice, as my throat is definitely sore today. But as usual, it's all about the passion. It's all about coming here and talking to you on a daily basis on this daily cricket show, which keeps me going despite having problems with my throat today. But cricket is very dear to me. I love to talk about it, and your encouragement, your cooperation in this cricket show is absolutely wonderful. So it's thanks to you that I'm always there, whatever the case may be, to come and talk to you on the cricket show. So without wasting any time further, on this cricket happening show, it's the Indian tour of Sri Lanka. The Indian tour of Sri Lanka has already begun. The Sri Lankan board president's 11 and India met in the first game of the tour here, and the Sri Lankan board presidents were bowled out for 187 by the Indian bowlers. Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav in particular impressed with 7 wickets between them, and India were 135 for 3 at close. So I'll be talking about that game, and also we will be keeping the periscope on Sri Lanka, because there's a lot of Sri Lankan cricket news coming in. Chaminda Was is the new bowling coach of the Sri Lankan team. Dinesh Chandimal is unavailable due to having pneumonia for the opening fixture against India. And so a lot of things coming from Sri Lanka. So we'll keep things focused on Sri Lanka, and then we will have a roundup of the cricket news. So let's start off with the game between India and Sri Lanka. And as I said, this was day one of the Indian tour of Sri Lanka. So the Indians are already there in Sri Lanka, and today was the first game of their Indian tour of Sri Lanka. It was this particular game was played at Colombo, and it was Sri Lanka who actually batted first. If you look at the Sri Lankan card, they were all out. They were bowled out by the Indians for 187, and that was not good according to me, because the Sri Lankan board president's 11 boasted some good names as well. The principal scorer happened to be MD Gunatilaka, the opener, who was run out by Jadeja for 74 with 11 boundaries. Kaushal Silva failed with the bat. He was a victim caught behind the bowling of Mohammad Shami for 4. Tirimane really impressed after a long time when I was seeing Laido Tirimane in action here. He made 59 with 5 boundaries. Dhananjay De Silva failed with the bat. He was gone for naught. ARS Silva was not out on 29. He was the one who was holding the fort for the Sri Lankans when among him he saw how the middle and the lower middle order and the lower order totally collapsed under the pressure of Kuldeep Yadav and Jadeja. Ashan Priyanjan, as you know, has not been in the selector's eyes for quite a long time. Ashan Priyanjan, I do remember making his debut against Pakistan. He was gone for 2. Virat Kohli made 10 of 10 with 2 boundaries. Vitanage made 2. Jayasuriya, it was Shehan Jayasuriya was out for 1. Tarindu Kaushal 1. Gamage 1. And it was all over. 187 all out of 55.5 overs. And looking at the bowling, look at Kuldeep Yadav. He's a sort of a real surprise packet. But Sri Lanka definitely, they would have played Lakshan Sandakan a lot. So that is not something that they could give excuses, because Kuldeep Yadav is also a similar type of bowler like Lakshan Sandakan. 6.5 overs, 2 maidens, 14 runs and 4 wickets. They found him very difficult to their liking. Ravindra Jadeja, 9 overs, no maiden, 31 runs and 3 wickets. So they were the one who actually shared the spoils. And Ashwin, 10 overs, 2 maidens, none for 34, was wicketless. Hardik Pandya, 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 8. Ishan Sharma, 7 overs, 1 maiden, 27 runs and no wicket. Umesh Yadav, 8 overs Umesh Yadav was the only one who really disappointed with this very, very awry line, where he got hammered by Gunatilaka in particular for a lot of boundaries. 8 overs for 43 runs. Bhuvneshwar Kumar 6 overs 1 maiden, none for 18. Mohammad Shami 5 overs 1 maiden, 2 for 9, also provided the breakthrough for the Indians. And 187 all out was never a good score, and India too did not find it very easy. In fact, for India, the start was not good. Abhinav Mukund was the first victim. He was clean bowled by Fernando for naught, and Pujara had his stumps rearranged by Fernando for 12 with 2 boundaries. And then it was only KL Rahul coming back into international cricket after quite a long time. Really made a impressive 54 with 7 boundaries before Vikram Sanjaya actually picked him up LBW. And when India closed for the day on their first day of their tour of Sri Lanka, Virat Kohli, the captain, was not out on 34 with 4 boundaries. Ajinkya Rahane was keeping him company with an unbeaten 30 with 3 boundaries, and that was the match situation. As far as the bowling was concerned, Fernando, wicket taker, 2 for 21 of 6, 1 for 37 for Vikram Sanjaya, who impressed on the tour of Australia in the T20 and ODIs, I suppose. 1 for 37. Gamege bowled 8 overs, none for 31. Rajita none for 21. 3 overs for 16 for Tarindu Kaushal. 1 over for 8 for Shahan Jayasuriya. So that is the match situation. So India definitely, they would definitely be going in the lead tomorrow when play starts. Now from here, I'm going to keep the focus right on Sri Lanka, because the Sri Lanka's new test captain Dinesh Chandimal has been ruled out of the series opener. So basically he is suffering from pneumonia and he has been ruled out, and Rangana Herath would be the one who will be captaining the side against India in the first test match. And the other news is that Champaka Ramanayake is out of the bowling coach duties, and a very, very experienced hand, Chaminda Was, has been appointed the Sri Lankan bowling coach on the tour of India. And one knows that Chaminda Was is a very, very experienced cricketer, and India knows what Chaminda was. So definitely he would be the ones who will be passing on all the tips to the youngsters there. And I think that is a very good decision on the part of Sri Lanka to bring Chaminda Was as the bowling coach for against India. Other than that, I can just give you a sort of a synopsis here of the NatWest T20 Blast, which is going on. Surrey actually beat Middlesex by 15 runs at the Kia Oval, which was jam-packed, and also there was Essex actually went on to beat Hampshire with Bopara taking 4 wickets in the process for Essex. So, and the other news that I can say, and also just keeping it on the NatWest T20 Blast, in fact, it was a century by Ricky Wessels for Nottinghamshire, and what a knock that was from Ricky Wessels. He made a century. It was a record not score, I am told, and a first not century, a first Nottinghamshire player actually making a century in T20, and that itself gives a lot of pride to Ricky Wessels. Peter Willey at the other end, he's an all-rounder, he's considered as an all-rounder, but normally he also wields the willow very well, and with the willow he went on to hit the Birmingham with lots of power to take them to victory over Yorkshire. In fact, Yorkshire actually, David Willey playing for Yorkshire, tormented Birmingham. And the other thing is that Leicestershire actually, who were having a very good record so far in the NatWest T20 Blast, had to lose to Nottinghamshire, albeit by a Duckworth Lewis method at Grace Road. So these are the things that I could really talk about on a very, very brief basis, I would say. There's not much to really talk about, dear fan, but I'm still getting to every nook and cranny to see whether I can leak out some news to you, give you some more news. But one news that Morne Morkel has also said that in the future in cricket, it is quite possible that he would be playing only in the test matches and he won't be playing in the other two formats of the game. So that's another news that is coming in from South Africa as far as Morne Morkel is concerned. Well, dear fans, subscribers, it was a real pleasure talking to you on this daily cricket show as usual, and hope you also enjoyed every bit of it. And as I said, you guys are the ones who really motivate me to come to this cricket show and wax eloquent. Thanks for your company as always, and as usual, this is your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.